Alright, well, you know what? You know what? I finished it. I finished it just about, 20 minutes ago. I've just been looking at it. I got the last stickers on. I think the last stickers. I got some other stuff printed out. But, I'm not really sure where I want to put them, if anywhere. I'm not worried about it at the moment. I love this, and I love it on the sides there. So maybe, I think, at first I thought I was going to put stuff on the PSU, but I think I printed these guys out a little bit too big. I think I did them at 1 inch. This one's probably 1.5 inches or 2. And the other ones are 1 inch. But I don't think it really has real estate. Also, another thing, I didn't really think through this vinyl business. You can't just cut a square out and expect the edges of the vinyl itself to disappear once it's on white paint. Maybe on other colors it doesn't matter, but white paint, nah. So, yeah, I took a, I don't have it with me. I took an X-Acto knife to it, pretty delicately, basically a razor blade, and just cut out. Well, there are the blanks. So if you want to do something similar, you see I just cut down here, and I left that for support. And I peeled the sticker off, and that actually worked pretty well. Once I got it up onto the surface, I used the X-Acto knife to just carve a V out of there, and the tiny bit just popped right out. I think I did that on this one. I think I did that on all 3. So you just have to focus on getting, I just had to focus on getting these vertical, and the rest is whatever. I had 2 leaks when I was putting this thing together after painting. Well, I guess I need to back up even farther. I did the fan business. So after painting, right, I painted, you know, if you know kind of where I started on this project, you'll be able to see what I painted, but or I'll put a picture up. So the components got painted twice. And I didn't, you know, starting out, I don't know anything about painting. I didn't know if I needed to sand it and then do a primer and then do a layer and another layer and a finished layer and all this bullshit. What I did was I tried sanding. It failed miserably. I tried it on a rotary tool and with sandpaper and a Scotch-Brite, basically a Brillo pad. Tried it on the radiator, tried it on the PSU, tried it on the plastic of the CPU mount, all of them, you know, basically. In the end, I just started putting white paint on it. It worked really well. The first coat, if you watched earlier, the first coat was kind of spotty, literally spotty, and I didn't really know how to deal with that. But the second coat took care of it everywhere, and in fact took care of it a little bit too well. So where I was going with that is that the added paint on the fans themselves did absolutely affect the way that the alignment for the fan screws. That was the most difficult thing to reconfigure after the painting. If you back up even farther, I had to crack these open again, the fans, and actually clean out. I just used my nail to chip out the stray paint, the excess paint that got on the interior housing. When I tested these one by one, thanks to Crash, who recommended it, I found out that some of them had excess paint in there that was grinding on every rotation, and sure enough, when it starts spinning as fast as they do, that turns into a whistle or something. Something that's not just air moving. Anywho, I think I did that on 2 of them. Maybe this one has a tendency at some specific speed, I think like up around 18 or 1900. it will kind of think about, it's like a click, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I can't hear it now, it's on, you know, the OS is already loaded. I'm probably just gonna leave it, because damn. Another aspect of the fan cleanup after painting, when I put these bastards back on the radiator, they literally, like, these screw holes, the mount holes on the fans themselves are actually wider than the screw itself. So you have actually a little bit of leeway when you're lining these up. Normally you have some leeway and it's much easier to line them up. If you paint like a dumbass like I did with just sloppy ass paintbrushes and whatnot, like dip it in the can and start painting, then you're gonna get paint down in here, and that dramatically affected, like, to the eye, nothing was badly, I checked everything as I was going. If it was covered up, I actually put a spare screw through it to clear out that volume of paint, and then just got it drying as quickly as possible thereafter. That was not good enough. I had to come back and drill these out, because there was no, like, I literally thought something dramatically awful happened, and like the radiator bent and the mounting tabs on the radiator bent some way, and for the life of me I could get like maybe one or two of these to actually mount. So that's a consideration. The water cooling, I had two leaks. I simply didn't screw this extension post in all the way. So as soon as I just dumped in, before I even turned the pump on, just the first spot of water started dripping out. I just wrenched this down. This is a rotary. It was a super easy fix. Wrench it down as hard as I could, and I haven't seen any water since. That was like 8 hours ago. And here, kind of similar, which is super duper sketchy. I just simply didn't screw it in all the way, I guess. Like, there's so many. I was really excited to get this done. Like, there's no arguing that I was like my feet were on fire the entire time today putting the final pieces together. And my hands were as well, so shit happens. And I guess in the process of getting the orientation of this fitting in the correct place, this came loose a spot, and I just simply didn't make a double pass to check the tightenings of them. I figured they were good enough, and you know, it's running, it was good enough, but I would have preferred to have avoided that business. So I had, as you'll see many people do who are water cooling, you have to take some precaution when you fill it up. And I had some activity just basically like this with the paper towels, because anywhere over here, if it drips, doesn't even matter. Legitimately no impact. Any failure from here over does not matter. So that's half of the connections. Alright? More than half of the connections. But over here, oh, and I had one across the top of the power supply too. A paper towel, that is. This little guy, I noticed after about 5 minutes, so I'd fill it up, I'd sit by it for like a couple minutes, and then I'd take all the paper out and feel it. And after about 10 or 15 minutes, not the first time, maybe after I kicked up the fan to full speed, then this was damp one of the times I pulled it out to check. So like, oh shit. Red fucking alert. In the process of kind of looking at it, I got down to the side, and I was trying to get under here to see the underside of the fitting, and I inadvertently pushed this outwards, and when I did that, a drop manifested on the outside of it. I was watching it leak. The first drop was coming out. So I grabbed the paper towel and took care of that guy, and put a shit ton of paper towel in there. I immediately popped the plug. One thing that's good about this, it's routing through my graphics card first, the water is. So when I drain this, as soon as I crack this, this level goes down immediately, significantly, like down probably, I think, around here. That's a huge benefit for me, or at least it was in that circumstance, because I could completely drain this guy that second. I'm gonna remember that for sure. So next step was to wrap the fitting in a paper towel and wrench it down as hard as I possibly could, and I haven't seen a drop since. You know, I left the towel under it forever this afternoon, and I was confident enough in it to take the towel out for Mr. Video. CPU block's running great. If you put your ear up to it, you can hear it, which I love. Strangely, there's absolutely no air. Well, I guess there kind of is. See that guy? But I'm pretty excited about it all at this point. Let's see what we have. This might be brutal. I've never done this kind of camera work, so sorry. I haven't installed any drivers, not even for the video card yet. I just want to check the temperatures somehow with what might be the worst camera work in the history of recordings. The memory's holding at 3200, holding solidly. CPU 59.5, and with the 27-degree offset, it's 32.5, so that's a-okay by me. The high has been 40, it looks like. What is that value? Average is 32, average is 30, no, that's the motherboard. Average is 32. Okay, I am super happy with that. I guess you guys didn't see my thermal paste application. It was no damn big deal. I made an ugly mess of it, and then I spread it around with a plastic pad that came, a plastic little stick that came with the stuff itself. There we are. That doesn't suck. I mean, seriously, this is kind of dumpy, but that's going to change. I'm all about that. So, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. This is the fifth or sixth night or longer that I've slept 6 hours or less, just staying up with this thing. It's 3 a.m. again. So I think I'm gonna keep working on it. Haven't had any boot issues at all. What else can I tell you? Thermal paste. Oh yeah, the screen came in. Well, I got the artwork, obviously, and I guess I can't really put it on at the moment because of hands, but let's see. Oh, and there's supposed to be posts on there too. I don't know if this is worth a damn. I'll put up a picture of what it looks like. So, yeah, I don't have really anything else to say at this point. It's been a huge success. I'm gonna leave it running. I'm not gonna, put it to its final resting place. This is still on the kitchen workbench, and I want to keep things kind of fully prepared for the liquid apocalypse tomorrow morning. If I wake up to something just fierce and awful, I want to be aware that I can take care of it pretty quickly. I don't even, I guess earlier tonight, I hung out with a buddy, and I wasn't stressing about it. I didn't check it for like 3 hours, I think, and I didn't even have the paper towels on, so how I can sleep. Hopefully my phone doesn't ring. Tomorrow for me is actually Saturday morning, so I've got the weekend to do this thing and do it right. Don't know if I, again, mess with the stickers. I think it'd be awesome with some little white LEDs in there, but I'm kind of conventional in computer cases, like the less light it emits, the better. So I'm like vehemently opposed to RGB. This passive little blue back here is okay because it's not shrieking at you, but and it's like cyclic, it's kind of pulsing, but yeah, it's a screaming success, guys. Like cable management is just non-existent right now. I got the I don't know if I ever showed this on here. This little piece is the fan, well, it's called Splitty. And what is it called? A fan adapter or splitter? Anyway, it lets you use one single fan connection, the 4-pin, covered in electrical tape for science. And you plug that into the master port on the splitter, and then, yeah, you really can't see much back here, but there are 4 other fans plugged into various ports on here. There's a total of like 11 ports or something crazy like that. No, 9. I don't think you can plug that many in, but 4 are singing for me right now. I can't manually turn up the fans. I wish I could max it out from Windows, but I don't have that installed yet. So I was going to blast the fans for you. I'll drop the case on. I mean the back of the case on. I might put in another hard drive. So that's the story, my friends. You know what? Let me get the damn face on it. Give me a second. Alright, that's it. Look at that. Look at that. I want to use it so badly, but I don't want to move. I for sure had some trouble getting the vinyl on. Like, it's probably difficult with 2 people. One person was tricky as fuck. I almost died putting that sticker on there. That's how difficult it was. Goodbye, Windows. So if you followed along with any of this, it's an AMD Threadripper 1950X. It is an AMD Radeon Vega Frontier Edition GPU. These are, it's the Aorus Taichi X399 motherboard. I've got a 1000-watt Seasonic Gold PSU in there, being all wintry down in that tank, or in there. The fans are from EK in Slovenia. The pump is from Alpha Cool. Pump and reservoir combo. Super tricky. I'm told that this is a dying form factor, that nobody's using this anymore. So I think it's more likely that they're just not making them anymore. I think one of the last ones off of Newegg. The list should be somewhere available to you if you're ambitious. I'm sure you can find it clicking around in this general vicinity. the covers of the fan, actually the radiator as well. Alright, so the fans are from Slovenia, from EK Water Blocks. The radiator is from EK Water Blocks as well. The graphics block, the card block, is from EK. And the processor block is from EK. So, top to bottom, I am worshiping the Slovenian metal gods who have allowed this glorious life to be cooled by water. And what else? What else is there even? The tubes are from Primo Chill. I'm using clear distilled water. I wanted this to look and sound like running water, you know, like a fucking forest. The fittings I used are Barrow, and this massive extension, the 70 something millimeter fatty extension. This guy is Alpha Cool, I think. These mounts are also Alpha Cool. I think I got it from modmymods.com. And these grills are from Cooler Guys in, oh hell, Washington State maybe. And the case is the Thermaltake Core P3, which, you know, I think the modding community is like, fuck off with the Core P3 builds. I know I got some shit for sticking that radiator out the top of it. And it's not unfounded criticism. You know, anyone who is used to computer aesthetics would likely have a problem with that. And I probably would too if I didn't own the damn thing. If I didn't like bleed on this thing multiple times, literally. So, oh my god, I'm so happy about this. Alright, I guess I have to shut up at this point and just live with it. Hopefully I don't wake up with a puddle around the thing and, you know, smoke and explosions. Bill Gates running around with his hair on fire and shit like that. Super happy, guys. If you all have been paying, if you've watched this whole thing, thank you for watching. I don't know if I will make more. I'm probably going to do like, I'll probably do some videos on the actual machine's performance as I get into it. We'll see. If you have any questions, let me know. And Winter Oak build, AMD hardcore custom water cooled machine. I'm out. Just a quick note while I'm thinking about it, the case Thermaltake Core P3 did not come with the riser cable. I got this in anticipation of the included riser cable being shite. I read too many accounts of it not working long at all, and if at all. So I went ahead, and at the same time I ordered the other parts, I got this guy. It is the shit is this thing? Easy DIY. Fatty extension cable. Second thing, I would not have come close to being able to put this together if the homies at the water cooling subreddit did not help. They were like, this thing was so stressful. Half the battle was picking the components that I wanted and needed. Half the battle was the logistics building it. Unfortunately, this shit was so intensive that there was another half, making 3 total halves. Yeah, learning how water cooling works. And that combined with the extended, you know, shipping and build This was, I think, end to end, probably Wednesday. I think we're on 8 days from when I cracked the box open. The box is open on this. So I haven't had a kitchen in 8 days. And I've been asking a lot of questions to make sure I didn't mess up on this. So the guys in the water cooling section at in Reddit, on Reddit, like, they just hang out, they make amazing things, and they are very generous with their time and information. So if you're planning anything like this, that is a fantastic resource. Otherwise, Google. Watch as much as you can on YouTubes, on all the YouTubes. And yeah, I just wanted to make those 2 notes. The Core P3 case, my Core P3 case, did not come with a cable for the GPU, for the riser or extension, whatever. And the guys at Reddit are homies. Peace.